Hello, my name is Eric Paris, and in this video, I want to show you how you can use my OneNote template for your RPA projects. In a previous video, I showed you an overview of the template I developed, focusing on the OneNote functionalities. In this video, I want to show you how the template works. Let's take a closer look at the first section, called Process. On the first page, you have a free text field where you can write what the project is about. A high-level view is normally enough. On the next page is the process overview. As you can see, I have listed 13 items, but you can of course, change them and include more. On the scope for automation page, you state what is expected the process will automate, and, also important, what not. Out of scope can of course later become change requests, should there be a need for that. Knowing who is involved and what their roles are is equally important. Many times processes require a test environment where the developers can run tests, simulations can be done, etc. Indicate access codes here. And you want to indicate early on what applications are going to be used so that authorizations etc. can be requested. If you want to include more pages, just right-click on a page with a similar layout, choose Copy, and right-click again and choose Paste. Drag the new page to the position you want. Next is the As Is section. On the first page, we have the print screens made by the key user. In this example, I have included the actual PowerPoint file as well as the printout. This can work well as a quick reference. On the next page, I have pasted the flowchart made in Excel. The flowchart shows the exact steps the key user executes. The Process Steps page shows all the steps described in the PowerPoint file, and it follows the logic described in the flowchart. The As Is user story logic shows in a few lines what the logic of the flow is. The start and end steps are just there for orientation. All steps were created with the As Is page template, which you can find going to Insert, Page Templates, My Templates. In the first column, called Type, you can choose either Start, End, Step and Check. Under Number you give the sequential number, and under Description you can write a short description of what happens here. Under the Go To column, you indicate where to go, what step next. If the step type is a check, which has a yes or no outcome, you use the yes and no sub-columns. And finally, you indicate in what system this is done. The To Be section needs some more detailed explanation. Under the process description, you can find several subpages. The Applications Used page. The Improvements Achieved with Automation page. The Scheduling page. And the Reporting page. All pretty self-explanatory. Most of the times there is no one-to-one relation between the As Is and the To Be, but instead the To Be section follows a different path. I create my To Be's with the framework the developer will work with in mind. My experience is mainly with UiPath, which offers a programming framework. I expect other vendors have a similar approach. The UiPath framework looks like this. You can identify the four so-called states: Init, Get Transaction Data, Process Transaction, and End Process. Based on this, I have created 6 steps: Start, Open Applications, Get Transaction, Process Transaction, Close Applications, and End. So all my To Be user stories have exactly these same 6 steps, no more and no less. I have introduced sub-steps, to define what needs to be done. The start and end steps are for orientation only. In the Open Applications step we first open all applications and maintenance tables. Like this, any error will right away stop the process. In this example, we don't only open the 2 websites, but we also already construct the needed queries and store all found properties in memory. And should you work with maintenance tables to store specific variables, they will be read and stored here also. There is a slight difference between the As Is and the To Be page layout. New columns are Transaction, Maintenance Table, Key, Field Maintenance Table and Log required. When you want to refer to a field in a maintenance table, you need to identify the name of the table, normally an Excel file, the column name that is used as a unique identifier, and the column name from which you want to retrieve a value. The Log required field is there to specifically indicate whether a log needs to be created for this step. Normally used in checks, when you want to log the outcome. Step 2 is the Get, Next, Transaction. This will be executed for each transaction found in Step 1. In this example, A transaction is a property found on the websites. This is the beginning of a loop. For each property found in step 1, we execute step 3. At the end of step 3, we loop back to step 2, etc. In step 3 the actual processing is done. In this case, an email is sent to the agent with the newfound property details. When all properties are processed, we go to step 4, to close the applications. After that, we go to step 5 to end the process. Writing the to-be user story in this way, will be beneficial for the STD creator and the developers. Next, we have the exceptions page, divided in business exceptions and application exceptions. And finally, we have a screenshot of the maintenance table of the agents. Moving on to the development section. First, we have the pages for the STD. I won't go in detail over all the pages here, and you can organize this as you see fit. For the different testing stages, I have created page templates, which you can use, or enhance, to your liking. This is how the technical test page looks like. This is the pre-UAT page. And this is the UAT page. Should you have to repeat a test, just copy and paste the page and change the title. And for the last section, we have correspondence. As I explained in the overview video, you can automatically copy emails from Outlook to a section in OneNote. Each email will be created on a new page. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and visit my YouTube channel if you want to see more videos on documenting RPA projects.